thumbnail. Let's start. Good day, YouTube. Good day. Good day. Hi. Good day, YouTube. Good day, my YouTube family. Hello, how are you? Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in today. I just want to start off by saying I'm so sorry for this little hiatus I took. I got sick, and then I wasn't sick, and then it's been a whole lot going on, but I am back better than ever, feeling better. So I figured, why not just give a story time and, you know, just bless y'all the way y'all been blessing me. Thank y'all for who's been subscribing. Thank y'all for who's been watching, still running them numbers up. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm so grateful. Thank you to all 62 of y'all. I fuck with y'all. And, you know, just appreciate it. Just get that out the way. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all of my socials. 10 Toes Boutit. It will be here on the screen. TENTOESBOUTIT. I upload my fashion content. I'm trying to get better about like vlogging, daily vlogging and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a work in progress. Bear with me. All right, it's fun over there though, I promise you. But yes, so I'm coming to you guys with another story time in my bonnet, in my bata. We're getting real comfortable because this story is a doozy. So set the stage. The year is 2007. I am 14 years old. And this is a story of how I got my first hickey. Now, I'm gonna put it out there. I was not sexually active until I turned 18, but I was never stupid. Starting the year 2014, no, whoa. Starting the year 2007, I was 14. I turned 14. In New York, I'm not sure how other states do it, but in New York City, once you turn 14, you can get a job for the summertime. They call it summer youth employment. So I was forced to memorize my social security number, and I went down to the agency, registered, and I got my job for the summertime. Now, so before the summertime, before my summer job, I want to give y'all a little premise of what the year was like before I got this summer job. It's gonna be important, y'all. Wait, let me see. So back then, I was still best friends with Headache. Yeah, I remember Headache from my other story times. I'm gonna put the thumbnails of my other story times that she's in. Go and check them out. They're funny. Okay. She was heavy into the church. I'm not gonna say what church it is because it's giving off too much information. But you know, if you know, you know. She was real into the church, real, you know, wanted to get all the other people into it and bring people and evangelize and all that other stuff. She's my best friend, and I'm trying to, you know, I want to spend time with her and hang out and stuff. So I started going to church with her. I was raised in the church, but I was raised in the Black Christian churches where y'all like wake up at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning with the music and the cleaning products. You woke up to choir and fabuloso in the morning. Yeah, I was raised around that. So I like kind of already not necessarily had a relationship with God, but like I knew what the church life was like, you know? So the church that she went to, it was like regular. It was a regular church, but they were heavy into trying to get the youth to be active in the church, which, you know, I guess in hindsight, there's nothing wrong with that. But with them trying to be relatable and cool with the kids, they would call everybody nigga. Oh, my nigga this, yo, my homie, my nigga that, my nigga this, yo, my nigga, you mad funny, my nigga this, da, da, da. And I used to be like, if this was the church my auntie used to take me to, everybody here's getting pop. Everybody, yeah. On the mouth. The pastors was calling people nigga. Pastors, I don't know if they did like the deacons, but like everybody who was in a church position, like an important church position, was calling each other nigga and calling the churchgoers nigga. And again, I get it. It was supposed to be like a barrier breakdown, but it was weird. So they used to have these, before we get to that, so Headache introduced me to this boy who was my boyfriend, but this story is actually not about him. I'm gonna give y'all another story because that is also a story of friendship and betrayal and bitches being weird. That's another story. That's not this story. I just know that I had another boyfriend while I was going to church, right? Anyway, so in this church they would have like teen events, and it would be to discuss the dangers of premarital sex. But the dangers of premarital sex never included babies, trauma bonds, spiritual bond. They didn't include stuff like that. It always was. Y'all remember the coach from Mean Girls?
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die.
Have sex, you will get chlamydia and die. They was on that type of time. So like anything sexual you did, you was gonna catch chlamydia, you was gonna catch AIDS, and you were gonna die. And they showed us pictures of, you know, diseased genitals, and it I feel like I want to say I get why they were doing what they were doing, but like, no. No. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of them were, but that's not my story. That's not my business. So yeah, you know, Headache would have us come to her house and stuff, like me and my other friends, and we would just learn about God and stuff like that. And then, you know, the events that they had, the teen events, they would go so hard that they were producing flyers, and the flyers would make it look like they were having like a party, a lit ass party. It'll be like pictures of people dancing and do a little bit of this. And I think one time one of them had like BYOB. Come to find out, it meant bring your own Bible, not your own bottle. I don't think anybody brought a bottle, but it's safe to say they probably did because it was misleading. Yeah, like the way the party flyers used to look back in the day, that's how they had the church flyers looking. And we definitely used to have some people show up and was like, oh, what? They would get to the front and see that it was a church and be like, nah. All that to say, that was what the beginning of my 14th year was looking like. I was into the church and going to the teen parties and the teen gatherings, learning about disease, penises and vaginas. It was less about God and more about sexual diseases, I promise you. Like, anyway. So around the summertime came, again, I was already 14, so I had registered to get a job. So when the summertime came, we went to the little orientation thing, and I chose my job. I'm gonna call it the boys emotion. That's a Raven boys emotion. If you are from New York City back in 2007, if you know, you know. Not really, but the name of the company was very similar. I was working for Boys in Motion, and that's all I'm gonna say. So it was like a performance company. Technically we weren't working. No, technically we weren't working. We were just we were practicing talent show routine. There were dancers, steps, like little, I think some people wrote poems and read poems. Some people were singing. They did like a comedy sketch and stuff like that. This whole talent show was all over the place. I don't know why this was considered a summer job, but I got paid to step and dance for the summertime, which is perfectly fine with me because we put on a talent show at the end of the summer and it was lit. But just know that I was up there. It was lit. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time. Good time. So in this summer job, I met my boyfriend, who the story is about. His name, I'm gonna call him Glasses. Now, Glasses was the kind of person that I feel like all women have had this experience where we have this person that we're dealing with, our boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and in the moment while we're dealing with them, they're the most attractive person in the world. Like, oh my God, you're mad cute. Oh my God. But then once the feelings are over, you're like, you look at them and you're just like, whoa. That's how things were with Glasses. He, in retrospect, was never that cute to me. I just really liked his quirky personality. And at the time, if you liked me, I liked you. I didn't care about nothing else. I have standards now. We did like the regular little couple thing. Like, we'd be on the phone for hours. We'd fall asleep to each other. He lived in the same area that I did, so we would go to work together. We'd take the bus together. We'd be kissing on the bus and holding hands. And we didn't do anything inappropriate. But he was like definitely my little summer boyfriend or whatever. And everybody at the job knew that he was my boyfriend. I say maybe it was like a Friday. Yeah, it was, I don't remember if it was a Thursday or Friday, but so we were done at work and he was dropping me off in front of my building. Dropping me off, we got off the bus and walked to my front of my building. So we standing there kissing goodbye, and then he just started kissing my neck. Now, if you are a woman, I only know about women because I'm a woman. But now, every woman I know has a spot. I'm sure men have it too, but I don't know. So on every woman, I call it a no-no spot, which is there is no conversation, no discussion. It's happening. That's the no-no spot, you know? Again, I wasn't sexually active. I just knew that this spot was like, it used to, ooh, it gave me the chills, you know? So he was like kissing on my neck and stuff, and he started doing it a little bit hard, but I didn't know nothing about hickey because I wasn't on that type of time back then. Done, my neck is smelling like mad spit and whatever. So I go upstairs and I get in the shower because, so remember I said that the church used to have like parties and stuff on the weekend, the Friday and Saturday and stuff. My job did too. My job used to like get all the teens together and would like rent out a space and just have parties and stuff. Sometimes they would have alcohol, sometimes they invited strange men that they didn't know. Anyway, this one Friday they were having a party that night of the day that Glasses dropped me off and we was kissing outside or whatever. So I went upstairs, I get in the shower because my mom had already told me that I was allowed to go to the party. But that night was also a teen event at the church. So I'm in the shower and I will never forget my outfit. I had a white button-down shirt, a black mini skirt, and some black skater sneakers. I cannot tell you for the life of me why I remember this outfit to the T, but that's exactly what I was gonna wear. I don't remember how I was gonna do my hair, but I remember exactly what I was gonna wear. I get out the shower and I'm guessing my mom was coming to talk to me about whatever. So she's behind me, I'm in my towel, and she's talking to me, whatever, right? So she's blah, 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 blah. And then she stops and she goes, "What's on your neck?" I turn around like this. I was like, "What? What's on my neck? Where?" And yes, I'm looking down, I'm looking around, I'm looking up, I'm looking like, where is she looking at the thing that is on my neck that I have covered? I have my hand like this. I'm like, where? And she goes, "What is on your neck?" And I'm like, "Ma, what are you talking about?" What is on my neck? And I feel like my mom understandably thought I was stupid. Because I did shit like that and just be like, what? I'm not covering evidence. What? You're crazy. And my mom knew. I think she thought I was stupid. I would think I was stupid, honestly. Like if I had me as a daughter, as a mother, I would just be like, my poor child. Don't ever move out. And the reason I said that is because she was like upset. Noticeably upset, but she didn't like beat me, she didn't scream at me. She was just like, "So you're not going to the party, but if you want to, you can go to the event at the church." Now, my mom didn't have a car. She still doesn't have a car. No one in my family can drive. She was gonna let me go to the church event, but I couldn't go to the party unsupervised, with a hickey on my neck from this boy who was gonna be at the party unsupervised, that I was still allowed to leave the house to go to. I wasn't allowed to go to the party, but I was allowed to leave the house. So what did I do? As a teenager with a hickey on my neck with a boyfriend that I know was waiting for me, I went to church. I went to the church event like a lame ass. Instead, because the reason I call myself a lame ass is because anybody I know would have been like, "You're still letting me out even though I came home with a hickey on my neck and you know that there's a party the same night at the church event and you're still gonna let me go outside? Oh, I'm going to the party." I went to church. No, it's like, I feel like my mom only did that because she knew that I would go to church instead of going to the party. And I did. I went to the church. My mom was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I went to the fucking church, and I feel like I did that because, well, I did it because one, me and my mother have always been, we've always been like this. She knew before I lost my virginity. She knew there was the same boy actually I had years later. I invited him to my house, And quick side story, this boy was on his way on the block of my building. I'm like, yo, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm about to pull up to the building. My mom calls the other line and was like, oh, I feel like you're up to something. What are you doing? I was like, what? So I hung up with her. Don't come. She knows. She knows. So I ended up going to the party. No, I didn't go to the party. I went to the church, right? Where I sat there and was guilted into never having sex with all these diseased penises and vaginas in my face, and being called a nigga all night. And I remember, I will never ever forget, the name of this church event party thing was called Let's Talk About Sex Baby, because like Pretty Ricky, that song had came out, and they put BYOB. So my dumb ass went out still unsupervised, and instead of going out of my house and making a right to go towards the party, I made a left to go get on the train to go to church by myself, mind you. I didn't even meet up with Headache that night. I met her at the church. It's funny because Glasses thought that I was gonna come, and I'm like, yeah, I'm coming, but come to find out I didn't go. So because I was in trouble because he sucked the bruise on my neck. So Monday, so the party ended or whatever, the weekend passed. Come Monday, everybody's talking about the party and what, I thought you was gonna call, like you didn't even come. I was like, no, I went to church. Everybody's like, that's cool, I guess. Nobody wants to call me lame because it's church. So Monday comes or whatever, and then everybody's talking about it, and come to find out, that party got shot up. That party got, I don't think anybody got hit that night. Who knows what I would have gotten into that night, because back then I was a magnet for bullshit. And I just accepted it, knowing what it was. That's just what I did. That's why I have so many stories to tell. Glasses was giving me the rundown, and I feel like had I went, I probably would have lost my virginity that night. And God was like, ooh, no, not yet, not him. So then a couple of days had gone by. Everybody's still like, the party shenanigans are dying down, right? And my friend group knew Glasses, but he wasn't part of our friend group. He was part of another friend group. So me being his girlfriend, I was cool with his friend group too. So one of the girls from his group came to me and was like, yo, so a couple days ago, like all of us was outside chilling, and some girl started talking to him, and he was like, oh, like I don't have no girlfriend, and I was like, he don't have no girlfriend. And if you knew me back then, I loved to cause a scene. I still cause a scene to this day. I pray that the next man that I fall in love with is not one of those who hates that kind of shit, because I will cause a scene. Oh, you thought we was gonna be quiet? Oh. I'm the drama, okay? I was like, oh. He said he don't have a girl? Alright, cool. Thank you, girl. So and I think it was like lunchtime because nobody was working. So I pulled up to him and his little friends in front of them, in front of everybody. I was like, oh, so you don't have a girl? He was in the middle of a conversation. I went, you don't have a girlfriend? Oh yeah, full, yeah, that's me. I was like, oh, you don't have a girl? You telling people that you have a girlfriend? And he was like, what? Niggas be lying. They just, anytime a man opens his mouth, just assume it's always gonna be a lie. So he was like, no, I didn't say that. That didn't happen. That was me. That was this boy. And I was like, oh, but she said it was you. She said it was you. Just my 14-year-old butt doing all of this. I see Maury. I watched Jerry Springer. Like I'm 14 years old. But all this attitude, girl, sit down. Fucking, you didn't even go to the party. You went to church. Like, sit the fuck down. So I'm in his face and all this sassy attitude, right? And I was like, all right, cool. Like, you telling people you don't have a girl, so you don't have one. And then I turned around and I walked my little sassy butt out of the auditorium with all his friends, and they all clowned him and was laughing at him and joking and all that shit, right? And I didn't care because you out here embarrassing me, so I'm gonna embarrass you. The fuck? And after that, like, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. La, 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 la. And we never got back together. And to this day, 16 years later, this man is on my body. Now, some might call him a stalker. I don't call him a stalker, only because I know that I can beat him up. And I'm not even like trying to condone anything negative. This is just my experience. This is my reality. This is my truth. I don't take him seriously because I know I can beat his ass. The church thing, I'm gonna say this. I probably should have put this disclaimer in the beginning of the video. I'm one of those people. I'm not a Christian. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm one of those. But like seriously, like I'm not. I feel like humans can take a little bit of everything from every single religion that we have on this world right now, because it all really ties into each other. Anyway, so I say this to say that like my church experience is a whole nother video in itself. I want to do a specific video for that, but I don't want to offend nobody. I'm gonna end up having to do it anyway because I already mentioned the boy that I was introduced to, not Glasses, the other boy. I'm not gonna give him a name because I can't think of one right now. I was gonna say his real name, but no. But yeah, anyway, so the story is pretty much over. If you made it this far, thank you again for watching and, you know, indulging me in my BS. Please like, comment, subscribe. I have plenty. I've been played all of my life. I have plenty. I have plenty material. And I'm gonna get them out there to y'all because, you know, it's unfair. Like, I'm out here playing games as if I don't have shit to do and videos to record and people to entertain. So I apologize. But yeah, so thank you for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok, Tento's Body. I'm gonna have it up here on the screen. TENTOES BOUTIT. And I will see y'all in my next video.